Don Mafia, let me tell you what. Don Mafia, let me tell you damn what. Okay, listen, I have missed all of you significantly. Significantly, that's right. Listen, I know that, I took a pretty considerable break, but then I also ended up coming back slightly. I think I dropped maybe like a couple of videos here and there. And then the consistency really hasn't been. But you know what? I'm back. Why have I been gone for so long? Number one, I just needed a break. Okay. Especially after that long season, years and years of consistently putting out videos, it just got tough. Then I got a brand new puppy as well. I'm sure that the second that he hears my damn voice, he's about to be rolling up in here and we will all get to meet him. But regardless, super thrilled to be back on the live scene. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so happy to be getting back into the live scene. And today's episode, what I really wanted to do is I wanted to look through exactly what the media has been saying about the Buffalo Bills, right? It's something that as Bills fans, we're so used to them absolutely trashing us. But now that we are arguably the best team in the entire NFL, I still sincerely believe that we are the best team in the NFL. The entire narrative has changed. So we are going to be going through some of the most popular videos that have been dropped from some of the major news networks and see exactly what they're saying. And then I'll go on ahead and then I'll just give my takes and we can sort of have an open conversation. But I did want to go on ahead and start saying hi to the loyal Dom Mafia, that even though after Jaboy's had a pretty significant absence, here I am. George, yo ho ho. Oh my God, you didn't forget it, baby. Ronald Enix, hey, what's up? What's up, dude? Hope all is well. My dude Ollie. Always ready to go. The Golden Sparrow, what's going on, my guy? You want to hear yo ho ho? Yo ho ho. What's up, Danicus? Yo, Delusional Patriots fan. What's going on? That's a very interesting nickname you have for me. Maverick Sports, yes, sir. What's going on? Dude, my dude Mel, my guy over here, he actually just ended up hitting me up. He has a great show right over in the Built-in Buffalo network. He goes live every Sunday at 7 p.m. I significantly recommend that you check it out. It's awesome. Maverick Sports, let's go. Been way too long, bruh. It really has, man. George, it really has been. It's like I said, I just needed a huge break. And then really not only have I been worrying about a puppy, I've also really took some time to sit down and exactly think about how I want to take this from a business perspective and how I want to start evolving my content going throughout the remainder of the year. So had a great time. Call TD. He's crying. Is TD crying? What's wrong with TD, man? What's wrong with TD? Legitimately, exclusively for this episode today of reacting to what the media is saying about the Bills, I wanted to give you guys a complete raw reaction. So I haven't been keeping up with anything that has to do with the NFL news. Speaking of which, come here, buddy. Come here, motherfucker. And so, dude, man, try getting this right here, ladies and gentlemen. His name is Groot. Yes, this is inspired by the character from the Guardians of the Galaxy and also our defensive end, Gregory Rousseau. And so I sort of tricked my girlfriend into naming him that, thinking that she would be like, oh my God, yeah, this is a character from Marvel. In reality, I just want a little piece of Bills with me right here, ladies and gentlemen. He's a boss, and I'm not going to lie to you, most likely, as I put him down and I continue this live stream. Once I get off, I'm going to walk into my living room and find a nice little pile of shit. But is what it is. Here we are. No football yet. Jukesy, yes. Dan, the man, what's up? What's good, Dan? Duh, it's Wall. What up, dude? Sup, Dan? Swish, what's going on? So hyped for the draft. Me too, Prince. Me too. We're definitely going to go through. So Jersey Dolphin says, you look good, Dan. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I've been working out a little bit, drinking a lot of water. I'm happy. Good to go. Why is TD crying and screaming? Actually, what we can do, let's go on ahead and go into TD Fins Talks live stream real fast, and then we'll see exactly what he's screaming about. Let's go on ahead and okay. He's going to be going live here shortly. Or maybe he's not. He's not live right now. He could be, because I feel like that would be just tremendous content, just reacting to TD being completely upsetting. And so I named our pup Bean. Absolutely. I love every second of it. George says, gorgeous puppers and a new girlfriend. A new girlfriend indeed, my friend. Well, like, I mean, not new. Her and I dated in college when we were 18 and 19 years old. And largely she was always the one to me that got away. And then we recently ended up rekindling things. So super happy. She's super sweet. Yeah. Those are some updates on my life right over here. I'm not seeing TD being live. I thought that it would be pretty funny to go on ahead and just react to him screaming at something. I miss that guy. I have not even talked to him in a long ass time. Heisenberg White, $5 donation. Thank you, bro. It's been a long time, man. I hope all is well. $5. Thank you so much. Really supports the channel right over here. What's up? Yo, it's good. I love your videos, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I really, really appreciate that. Let's go, Buffalo. He's scared for his health because we injured him without the best linebacker in the league. Absolutely. Congrats. Sometimes they always come back. Absolutely, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So as promised, and so we have about 37 people in here so far. What I wanted to do today is I wanted to react exactly to things that the media has been saying about the Bills for a little bit. And I have been doing a great job of not paying attention to what the national media has been saying, because I really want a true raw reaction. So first thing I want to go ahead and see is Colin ranks the Bills #1 in the top 10. Let's see this. And so let me know if y'all can hear this and everything is good to go. Let's do it up.
Are you a podcaster? You should check out Riverside FM.
Ads, you know what I mean?
It's your new online
so you
recording
really can't even do it.
You can
Skip the ad.
The top 10 NFL
Can y'all hear that?
according to college.
Yep.
Number 10.
Y'all can hear that?
San Francisco, really, this is about respecting their head coach and their culture. I think Trey Lance can play. I'm not saying he's top 10. They did shore up the cornerback and safety position. They are one of 8 teams without a first-round pick. But they've got plenty of picks. It's a good roster. If Trey...
And so I know that this isn't Bills related yet, but San Francisco being number 10, I'm not sure if I can really take him seriously with him even putting them on the list with Lance being their starter. But I mean, use dark mode, bro. Okay, I'll use dark mode for you. Yeah. But basically, like I'm saying right now, it's just, I'm not sure how I feel about this list, especially if he's saying that the Niners
Lance is
10.
good, not spectacular.
I'm not really sure.
This is not a situation like Trevor Lawrence has to save the Jags. Jimmy Garoppolo got to a Super Bowl with this roster and this coach. I put the Niners at 10.
Number 9.
Out of respect to the Ravens organization, owner, GM, coach, and quarterback, I put them 9. They fell apart last year. I mean, good God. I looked at the list of players who got...
See, I know that the title already spoiled it, but I mean, I can already tell you that I do not agree with his number 10 and number 9, but I mean, here we are.
It was insane. They did get Marcus Williams, the #1 free agent safety on the market, and they needed him. They didn't get to the quarterback enough last year. Their pass defense was, as Joe Burrow has emerged as a real star, they got to get better in that space. But again, like the Niners, this is out of respect for the roster, the coach, the quarterback, the GM. I just put the Niners at 10. And
is that better or is it worse?
Number.
I'm not even sure what's going on here.
Because I like the Chargers back
So
end.
the Chargers I can see.
I like the Chargers offensive line much more than I do the Raiders. I think the Chargers have a great O-line. I also think Justin Herbert has a higher ceiling. They went out and got J.C. Jackson at corner, Khalil Mack to add to Bosa.
The Chargers I can see.
I think they have fewer questions.
I'm really excited to see how Herbert turns out this year.
But fewer questions overall.
Number 6.
I mean, what do we say about the Bengals? I mean, the weakness was the offensive line, and they shored it up. Lyle Collins, Alex Kappa, the guard.
I'm not sure about that.
They went and got Hayden Hurst. Hey, listen, I know Super Bowl losers historically go backwards, but I think Joe Burrow is different. I think it's an offensive league, and Zach Taylor's a smart young head coach. I put the Bengals at 6.
Number 5.
Listen, let's slow down on the Kansas City Chiefs are done forever. Mark.
All right, first off, I have a feeling First off, I feel like a lot of people will probably be upset with me for saying this, but I legitimately feel like the Chiefs are about to fall the fuck off this year. Not sure about you guys, but I sincerely believe that the Kansas City Chiefs are about to fall off this year. I feel like with Tyreek Hill gone, it's just, I don't know. I really don't know. Would love to hear your thoughts on that.
Keys Valdez-Scantling is a deep threat. Juju Smith-Schuster should be a 90-catch or 80-catch slot receiver. Justin Reed's a great safety. They still don't generate a consistent pass rush, in my opinion. But the offensive line, which they threw together last year, will be in year 2. I got Mahomes. I got Andy Reid. I got playmakers. I'm good. Chiefs at 5.
So I do hate to even put this out into the ether because nothing pissed me off more on the face of the planet than when people would always say, oh, Stephon Diggs made Josh Allen. But I'm going to go on ahead and I'm just going to be a hypocrite. And I'm going to say that I sincerely believe that Tyreek Hill was like the number one reason why Mahomes was so amazing throughout like the past couple of years. They simply just don't have the weapons outside of Tyreek Hill and Kelsey. And like somebody just eloquently put it, is that Travis Kelce is about to be completely double teamed. And I mean, I'm not shorting Mahomes by any means whatsoever. I'm sure that they'll still have a winning record. I probably wouldn't even be surprised if they end up maybe dabbing a wild card spot, but their division's stacked this year. And say that I'm a gambling man, I'm probably going to go on ahead and say that the Broncos are probably going to end up winning out that division this year with Russell Wilson now at the helm.
Number 4.
Well, let's give the Denver Broncos. I've said I think they're going to win the division. I think beyond Russell Wilson, the acquisition of Randy Gregory and DJ Jones, along with Bradley Chubb in the defensive front, is staggering. This is going to be a great defensive front. Interior, on the edge, and now I get Cortland Sutton and Tim Patrick and Javonte Williams, the running back, and Jerry Jeudy. And now we have the catalyst for it, a quarterback. When you watch this team lose the last couple of years, it was always like they couldn't win by track meet. I mean, they had to win a certain way. Now we got an offensive coach, a superstar quarterback, got the Broncos at 4.
Number 3.
Tampa Bay. I don't know if Gronk's going to play. He may come in late, but
So really just going back on the Broncos, like I said, I wholeheartedly agree that they're going to be dethroning the Chiefs this year. I mean, I feel like Wilson was just in a system that he wasn't sincerely appreciated in. And yeah, most definitely. I mean, if anybody were to like say, Dan, like who are a few teams that sincerely worry you this year, like in the AFC, and I mean, granted, we wouldn't even see them unless we ended up facing off with them in the playoffs. It would probably be the Broncos, I would say, is probably like one of the ones that I would be most concerned about. But that's actually a beautiful video idea. So
I will say this. They lost both their guards and went and got Shaq Mason, so they solved their issue. I think they'll draft a running back. Lenny Fournette's going to come back. I think you have to give respect. I don't know. Todd Bowles would not have been my hire. I probably would have gone with Byron Leftwich because of the way the league is moving. I put them at 3, and number 2 being
Number 2.
the Rams beat them twice last year and frankly blew them out in L.A. and blew them out for the first half in the Super Bowl. And if not for a Cam Akers fumble, they would have run away with that thing. Rams are better, and they added Allen Robinson, a wildly underrated wide receiver, and Bobby Wagner, who's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, arguably first or second best Mike linebacker in the league. Their offensive line, they need to go draft.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the Rams this year, man. I'm not sure about the Rams this year. Like, I mean, like you can't you can't completely count them out, and I'm not saying that they need to be completely out of the top 10, but they're going to be an entire different team next year, man. Like, they barely got anybody back.
This draft, they got to go war like the Cowboys. They're getting a little long in the tooth. They're going to get a little expensive at right tackle, but I put them at number 2.
Yeah. First off, somebody ended up just putting up there. By the way, my dude Mel, thank you so much for the donation, man. You have no idea how much that helps out the channel, man. I appreciate that. But here it is, number 1. The title ended up spoiling it, but here we go.
What?
I thought Buffalo was the best team in football at their best last year. I still thought they had Kansas City beaten, and they've added Von Miller and O.J. Howard and Shaq Lawson and Jamison Crowder, and they just keep getting better and better. Josh Allen was sensational in the playoffs. So the best team does not always win the Super Bowl. It is attrition and health and momentum and where are you playing. They don't lose to the Jags. They don't lose to the Steelers early. Maybe they're playing, they're running through Buffalo. The Super Bowl's running through Buffalo. But in the end, I think this is the best team in football, and the Rams second, Bucks third. There we go. And with that.
So, all right, first off, wholeheartedly agree with that. Wholeheartedly agree with that. And I mean, I'm pretty sure that I ended up going on ahead and putting out a video. Like one of my first videos back, I said that the Buffalo Bills were truly the best team in football, and we were. And that whole overtime situation was what completely screwed us, right? Now, I hate to be that guy being like, oh, yeah, like it was just because of the coin toss. In retrospect, it certainly was. But damn, dude, I just wish that rule that the NFL just ended up passing over and giving back to us would have been implemented that year, because there's no question in my mind that game was truly determined on who won that coin toss. We all know that Josh Allen legitimately would have marched down the field and got yet another touchdown, most likely to Gabriel Davis. So fun from there. Let's see what else that the media's got to say for us. Oh, let's go AFC win totals. Buffalo leads stat conference, which the AFC is. Let's go ahead and knock this out real fast.
Kyle wrote, "There's literally nothing
George,
to do but play
1000%,
games in
dude.
VR." Well, Kyle,
It was the defense,
how about
man.
experiencing a couple
It
of
was the
years
defense.
on
That's all it ever
ISS?
was.
Whoa, you guys seeing this?
Affirmative. Kyle doesn't get it.
Look at that, YouTube.
AFC win totals as set by
That's
the
beautiful,
folks
man.
at PointsBet. Every team there except the Browns. The Browns are off the board because we don't know how many games Deshaun Watson will or won't play in, so it's kind of hard to have an over-under as to how many games you expect them to win or lose. Let's go ahead and put that back up for a second, because I want to point out a couple of things. Anytime you get above double digits or into double digits, that's a high bar for any team, especially in the AFC. Can we put the graphic back up? That's a high bar this year. There's 4 teams that are north of 10 wins. Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers at 10.5. You got 3 teams from the same division with an over-under of 10.5, Christopher.
Well,
that's unbelievable to me.
It is.
He's not going to lie to you. That division is going to be absolutely insane. That division is going to be absolutely insane. Normally, I always try putting out the take of, hey, like which division is most likely to see 3 teams from that division making the playoffs. It's going to be that one. It's going to be the West, in my opinion. I would love nothing more than the Chiefs absolutely just to take a giant shit and suck this year. But I don't know. It's kind of hard at the end of the day. So
Unbelievable. I mean, it's one of them's not going to get there. One of them's not. I mean, I wouldn't expect to. And the fact that they all have to play each other. And then the other team in that division's got a win total of 8.5, the Raiders, to where, they're going to kill each other to a degree in the West a little.
So it seems like they're really not getting much into the Bills right here, but this is the one that I'm pretty sure a lot of us want to hear about right here. And Mike Florio picked the Pats to beat the Bills in the playoffs. He did, man. He did. I mean, really, we can't even go from there, but let's do it.
That guy right there is Emmanuel Sanders, and he's joining us. And that guy right there is Josh Allen, and we will be talking about him a whole bunch this offseason. Let's take a look at where he ranked last season. He was 6th in completions, 4th in combined passing and rushing yards, and he was 2nd in combined passing and rushing touchdowns, and saved the best for last. His 2 playoff games, the Patriots game, and then, of course...
Hold up. We have another donation, $5 super sticker, The Punisher. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Helps out the channel significantly. This has been widely talked about, especially since Emmanuel Sanders ended up hopping on. Let's see what's going on.
The defeat to the Chiefs were out of this world. It leaves us with wanting more.
Yeah.
And it's time for a game that we call We In or We Out. I'm going to make a statement, and you guys are going to tell me whether you agree or disagree.
Okay.
My first statement, we're going up to Buffalo, where you spent last season. Josh Allen is the MVP favorite heading into the 2022 season.
So before they answer, 110%. And I know a lot of people will probably be like, oh, Dan, of course you're going to say that. You're a Buffalo Bills YouTuber. You're obviously biased as a motherfucker. But, I mean, say, for example, that our offensive line during that really, like, mid-spurt, right during the middle of the season, oh, my God, dude. You throw in Crowder, who, in my opinion, is an upgrade from Beasley, cheaper than Beasley. You have Gabe Davis, who is most likely going to be a superstar within a couple of years. And I mean, I want to go out and say this, that everybody has been so concerned about Diggs not getting an extension yet. And we should be, right? He's our true number one receiver. And first off, I just want to say, if I'm a gambling man, if I am putting any money on the line, Diggs is not going anywhere at all. Regardless, that even if that we don't give him an extension, he's going to stay. And we'll go ahead and we will handle him when we do. But even if he were to leave, I feel like Gabe Davis would step up, man. I feel like Gabe Davis would step up. I really, really do. So, but regardless, yes, I think with all those weapons aligned, I think the fact that now we actually have a pass rush, and let's just say that our defense won't be on the field as long, I think we might be in good shape, y'all. Just saying.
Emmanuel Sanders, are we in with that statement or are we out?
I'm all the way in.
All the way in.
Love it. All the way in on this. I mean, everybody always asks me.
I love Sanders. I wish he was coming back.
Sean, I play with Drew. I play with so many great quarterbacks, right? And this guy right here, he always. And so it's gonna be interesting to see with the new offensive coordinator how he's gonna be. But if I know Josh and I know him well, he's gonna have a crazy season if he stays healthy. It's gonna be an insane season, and for me, I got the Buffalo Bills winning the Super Bowl for sure. And I got
For sure. Western New York is exploding right now. I mean, they are partying.
Dude. And so when you hear that from somebody that's been on our team, that has been on teams with some of the greatest quarterbacks to play in our lifetime, that means a lot. But like I said, it's all smoke and mirrors until then, right?
You got he's the MVP. You got them as a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
There's loaded.
everything.
The AFC is tough this year, man.
But the thing is will you say the Bills are better this year, or are they worse?
Better.
Von Miller.
Yeah.
They had the number one defense last year, and they added Von Miller.
Yeah.
Right. Then obviously, I was playing last year, but Gabriel Davis stepped up on the scene. Right. This guy is, to me, I've been around a lot of good receivers. He's a Pro Bowl.
You're not talking Diggs. You're talking Gabriel Davis.
Yes. This guy, the way he attacks the football, you give him an opportunity to start.
It's not to toot my own horn, but I legitimately just said that, right? Legitimately just said that like even if Diggs were not to be there, I feel like Gabe Davis would hop on. Another $5 donation for my dude Mo. Manny Sands is the truth. And so I'd bring him in later in the year. A fresh Manny is nasty. He really, really is, man. I think that like he was just playing with like, say for example, some injuries. I really didn't think that we got the full extent from him, but I have a strong feeling that he's calling it a career, man. I really am. But thank you again for that donation, bro. You're the man.
Think about what he did in the Kansas City Chiefs game.
I know.
Right? Think about what he did. So now this is a guy who really, I feel like everybody's talking about, he's going to have a breakout year. He's a Pro Bowl caliber player. I've been around a lot of good receivers. Antonio Brown, Demaryius Thomas, name him, Michael Thomas. I've been around this guy is different, and he's going to be a difference maker for us.
Can I ask one more question?
Yes, please. Let's go. We love this.
The feeling after that loss to Kansas City, we were all deflated and just exhausted from the game. What was the feeling in the locker room? Did it feel like, hey, we got a bite at the apple, we're coming back, or did it feel like complete devastation?
So we sat around. It was me, Diggs, Gabe, Isaiah. We sat around and we were just.
And so I was legitimately like, bro, like, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't say that I was depressed, but pretty damn close to it, man. Pretty damn close to it. Like, I mean, I can only imagine what the players were thinking, but like, I mean, man, that was a tough month. Like, full transparency, I didn't watch any more football that year. Like, I couldn't watch the AFC Championship. I couldn't watch the Super Bowl. I couldn't watch any football coverage for a very long time because I felt like we missed out on, like, our one opportunity of making it happen. And it sucked, man. It really sucked. But let's get back to the vid, right?
Everybody was just quiet.
Mm.
Everybody's quiet. And then I finally just spoke up probably like 5 minutes in. And I was like, you know what? We're all sitting here and it feels like a bad dream. It's like, wake up. But the reality is that it's time to go home, fellas. Mm-hmm. I was like, but what we just witnessed was two of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of the NFL going at it. Mm. I mean, that game was just insane. And I told Josh, I said, man, Josh, you have nothing to hang your head up on. I said, it sucks, but I said, I promise you that the Buffalo Bills will have a Super Bowl at some point. Mm. And, the last time I spoke with him, the last thing I said to him, I was getting ready to head to a Justin Bieber after party. I was like, Josh.
So not gonna lie to you, it just gets so frustrating as a Bills fan hearing like one day we're gonna get it. But that does make me feel better that like he can genuinely say that right to our quarterback and be like, I promise you, like during your tenure in Buffalo, you will raise a Lombardi at one point. But I'm just getting sick of like the one day, right? Like, I mean, I'm getting sick of you just wait until next year. Like, dude, like I just want to fucking rock a Buffalo Bills Super Bowl championship t-shirt, right? Realistically, I would die a happy man. I would die a happy man if that were to go down. But here we are.
I was like, Josh,
I want to know more about that.
Josh, I'll see you next year. I'll see you next year. I'll see you next year after you win the Super Bowl, and I believe it. And he tried to get me to come back, but I'm like, man, my knees, everything. I was like, I don't know. But I definitely believe Josh Allen will definitely win the MVP.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, what if you don't have to do OTAs? What if you come in a little late, closer to camp?
It's tough because for me, like I want to make.
Are you a podcaster? You should check out Riverside FM. It's your new online recording studio.
Sure that I'm passionate. I don't want to cheat myself, and I don't want to cheat a team. Right?
I respect that.
So I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm still working out, but I'm trying to figure out if I want to do it. Right? I don't want to just jump into something and chase after some money or go. Like for me, like I hold myself to a standard in which I want to produce, in which I want to give a team, in which I want to give an organization, which I want to win, in which I want to go and try to get a Super Bowl. And if I can find that within, then of course I'll give it my all. But if I can't, then I'm gonna be like, you know what? Like it's just not something that I'm passionate about.
Just give him a little more time in that carpool lane, right, guys?
No, forget about it. He'll be right back. Ask Brady.
Well, when I look at this team, you were referencing how hard the AFC is, and I agree. But the fact that you don't have Tyreek Hill in your division anymore, that sort of opens things up a little bit more for them.
And so did you say that you don't have Hill in your division anymore? Or okay, whatever. I'll digress.
And then, they've added a couple more pieces. They've got O.J. Howard. I mean, how many different weapons can you add around Josh Allen? And then just seeing his trajectory year in, year out, all the offseason work we keep hearing that he's doing. I just think that he continues to vastly improve.
He's such a fucking stud, man. He's such a stud.
And I don't know about you guys, but disappointment is such a powerful motivator. To come that close and to know you were that good enough to hang into that game in those final seconds, I think that's such a powerful motivator, and I think it's unfortunate, Emmanuel, you're not in that locker room right now, at least right now. We'll see if you are later. But I tend to think that this guy is absolutely a front runner. Wasn't he second in voting behind Aaron Rodgers? What a compliment. Wait, what does that say about the respect that people have for him around?
They love him. It was unbelievable. And that taste that he left in his mouth, we can't stop thinking about that last game. I'm going to be out on this. I think they are the
Yeah, all right. First off, it's Wally T, dude. Thank you so much for the super sticker, man. I really, really appreciate it. And you legitimately going ahead and just get another one for $2.99. Thank you so much, guys. This really helps out my channel. Have a lot of plans for you. Like, I'm trying to revamp my content really well, like have more live shows for you, be more scheduled, especially throughout this offseason and also right through the upcoming championship season as well. So, dude, I really appreciate the contribution. You're the man.
front runner to win the Super Bowl. I do. Because I've said this before. Bills fans, you don't want Josh Allen to win the MVP because you want a massive running game and a great defense and all those ridiculous gaudy stats you have to put up the MVPs these days you do not want. We mentioned one name. There is a guy who has won 2 in a row. I know. And I want to say this about the Packers. Let's see where we are a month from now. Let's see where they are after the draft, after they add this guy, that guy.
And so maybe this is me just being greedy, but I would love both. Would love my quarterback to win the MVP, and I would also love for the city of Buffalo to get a Lombardi. But if I had to choose, give me the Lombardi, baby. Give me the Lombardi each and every single time.
Rodgers is still Rodgers. And I'm also going to throw another name in the NFC, Tom Brady, who is absolutely stacked and loaded. And I think that NFC South and the NFC is going to be supple. And if they win 13 games and he's 5,000 yards again and he's 44 years old, I think they give it to him. So I think there's some outliers.
With Aaron Rodgers without Devontae Adams, how do you think that's going to play out?
Doesn't that make it more valuable?
Yeah, but it does make it more valuable, but does it make it more valuable?
You know what it is?
To have an outlet like Devontae Adams, I mean, this guy is releasing at the line of scrimmage 2 yards, beating a guy who's a high-caliber NFL cornerback and shaking him at the line at 2 yards, and Aaron Rodgers is dumping the ball. Without having that outlet, what would he look like?
Adams is a bad man, huh?
and in 2010, he had great receivers, too. What receivers do we have right now?
Watch the draft.
That would make him an MVP because he has to do it all on his own.
By the way, I wasn't even kidding about you. Like, middle of the season, they needed a wide receiver. Like, you're the kind of guy that Rodgers loves to play with.
Yeah.
Green Bay calls. What do you say?
I don't know. We'll see.
Kyle, please stop recruiting this man, okay? Please and thank you.
Let's talk turkey.
Done. I
Just
don't
to do
think
our
he's
job
done.
and not neglect anybody. Yes, Patrick Mahomes, we know you're out there. Lamar, we know you're out there. Russell Wilson, we know you're out there. We'll get to you another time. Tonight, Kansas and North Carolina.
All right, so they ended up switching scripts right over there. There's something else I wanted to take a look at. The stadium we've already talked about, but I did see one video I thought that would be pretty interesting for us to watch. Let me see. Draft breakdown. What was it? What was the big one I wanted to take a look at? Let me see what else. This is exactly what I wanted to hear about. The Pats or the Dolphins, who's the bigger threat to the Bills?
I love my new home, but it might be too Victorian.
Gosh, interesting headline on this. Pounds?
At least Geico makes bundling my home and car insurance easy. I save so much.
Pardon me, Your Grace.
Oh, just call me Grace.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
I wish I could feel bad. It bothered.
All right. So first off, what I wanted to say is we ended up getting a comment in here from Trevor. He goes, "Thank you so much for Trubisky, Dan, coming from a Steeler fan." Dude, I'll be completely honest with you, man. I think that you guys got to steal. I really, really do. I think that he's going to do great in Pittsburgh. I think that he was significantly underutilized in Chicago, and he was, in my opinion, him as a backup quarterback for us this year. I never really had anything that like made me feel nervous, right? Because I knew that if Josh Allen were to go down, thank God he didn't, and I'm hoping he just stays healthy his entire career. He was a great safety net on my end. So, I mean, I'm like really excited to see what Trubisky has to do. As long as we don't play you guys, I'll always be rooting for him.
There's me that my team doesn't have a quarterback or an offensive line. Shall I continue? Hi, Jeff. Hi, Harry. Okay, so the Dolphins have much improved this offseason. Obviously, the notable acquisition of Tyreek Hill being the headline for these new-look Fins. Jeff, who's the biggest threat to the Bills now? Because they're the real deal in the AFC East.
Listen, I don't think anybody's going to push them very much, Molly, but I'll say I still think it's the Patriots. And listen, I think Mac Jones, I know.
All right, first off, I think Mac Jones is overhyped. And so is Tua, right? Like, honestly, like, I mean, I'm trying to, like, scale back and not be as cocky right now because, like, I mean, like, we were once in this position, like, for the majority of my life. But I don't know. And so, I mean, honestly, maybe I should just, like, let these guys talk, and then I'll go ahead and I'll give you my take after it.
His rookie season was, I thought it was solid. I thought he continued to get better. They ran into a buzzsaw in the playoffs, right? And I think so when I look at the Patriots, I think they'll begin to get better defensively. You know, everybody wants to talk about Mac Jones, the rookie, the offense, and all those kinds of things. But defensively, they looked old and slow towards the latter part of the season. In the playoffs, I think Josh Allen was like 21 of 25. I mean, he was dang near perfect, and he ran all over him. So it wasn't like this game was even in question. But I think when you think about the Patriots, Bill Belichick will go back to the drawing board. He will begin to add pieces to understand, okay, the way that Josh Allen, this Bills team, is going to beat us is with his arms.
One thing I will say, and I'm very sorry, delusional Patriots fan, I don't foresee you guys winning another Lombardi under Belichick. Not that I don't think that he's not like the best coach ever to live. It's just to a point where I think like he's getting toward the end of his career. He's getting older, and I feel like that you guys just have a lot of things to sort of try and implement before that you guys can even be competitive in the AFC East ever again.
But also his legs, right? We can't allow him to get, 10 yards or rush. So how can we benefit? He'll begin to kind of build an umbrella on that defense to slow him down, to give themselves a chance. I think that Mac Jones will continue to get better. I think they'll address the wide receiver position in the draft to get some more speed on the outside. They spent a boat ton of money last year in free agency. You knew they weren't going to do that 2 years in a row, but I do think they need some explosive players on the outside. I know they want more out of Aguilar, but they'll go draft some guys. I know it's a deep wide receiver class for the draft. I think that's what they'll have to address. They'll still be solid up front in the offensive line to protect Mac Jones. They'll still have a good, sound running game. That wins in the NFL. I know it's not sexy. It's not, but ultimately I think they push the Bills more than the Dolphins, just because I'm not sure where Tua is going to land this season. With all the talent that's around him, he's got to step up in a big way.
Harry, before you jump in here, I just want to say no Josh McDaniels, because obviously he's in Vegas now. Harry?
Oof.
Right.
That's big. So, Molly, for me and Jeff, I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins. And it definitely helps when you trade for a guy like Tyreek Hill, who's one of the scariest people.
So to be completely honest with you, wouldn't say that I'm nervous about the whole Hill acquisition, because there's so many questions that are surrounding Tua, right? But just how they just ended up putting that McDaniels is now out of the Patriots. The Dolphins have a brand new head coach, right? And I mean, we've seen some success stories from newer coaches, actually going in there and making immediate, tangible changes that relate and go into success. But I don't really know. As far as who the bigger threat is, I don't know, man. We'll see what's going on. Because I honestly foresee the Buffalo Bills sweeping the division again this year. Well, last year we didn't, but here we are.
But the wide receiver position for any secondary, any defense to even defend. And I like what Mike McDaniel has done with this team since coming over. He's kind of building this thing the same way the San Francisco 49ers are built. And now I'm not going to say these players are exactly like the San Francisco 49er players, but they're similar. You look at Teron Armstead. You look at Trent Williams. You look at George Kittle. You look at Gesicki at the tight end position. Tyreek Hill, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Jalen Waddle. Actually, Jalen Waddle was even better. You look at the running back position. In San Francisco, they like to use their running backs by committee. They have 3 right now, in Chase Edmonds, Mostert, and then Myles Gaskin. I like and then you look offensive line wise. You brought in Connor Williams as well. You still have Austin Jackson that you drafted. I like what this team is, Miami Dolphins wise, because last year I didn't think their problem was defensively.
And so I was muted with that last take, but I did say that the Dolphins are pretty stacked. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, with Mostert, with Hill, with Waddle, they're going to be a very, very fast team. And like I said, the biggest concern right now, or the biggest worry for the Dolphins' perspective, is the fact that you don't know how Tua is going to perform. And number 2, you have a brand new head coach. So it should be some pretty fun matchups. And let's just hope that the Buffalo Bills address the cornerback room, because that the speed on the outside that this team's about to have right now is going to be aligned with our biggest weakness on this team, which is the cornerback room. So I feel like I'm being convinced that it might be the Dolphins rather than the Patriots at this point.
I thought their problem was offensively, and now you added those playmakers to be able to put Tua in a position to succeed. I like it. Not to mention, the Miami Dolphins beat the Patriots twice last year. Not once, but twice.
See, ladies and gentlemen, that's just basically how it all kind of turns out. I mean, as far as the biggest threat in the AFC East, I still wholeheartedly believe that the Bills are going to run away with this division, right? Like, I mean, you took the number one defense and you added Von Miller. Yes, we do have some issues when it comes down into the cornerback room, which I am sincerely hoping that we can address during the draft at this point, but I'm not even sure. And so at this point. And so can y'all hear me right now or not? Thank you. Thank you. And so can y'all hear me or no? Hold up. Hello? Seems to be working fine on me. All right, beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, but as far as the bigger threat, I'd say the Dolphins, but I mean, there's still a large part of me that sincerely believes that the Buffalo Bills are about to sweep the division this year. Like, I mean, like, we're too good. We're too good. And like, I mean, we were talking a bit about Trubisky a bit earlier as well, and how good it was, how great it was, feeling that we had like a credible backup behind him. Once he left, I was like, oh shit, what are we going to do? A lot of people were talking about Fitzmagic perhaps rolling on in and being a backup. But frankly, I am completely fine with Case Keenum. I am completely fine with Case Keenum backing up Josh Allen in this situation. So as far as needs from the Buffalo Bills, it's really the only glaring thing I see at this point is the cornerback room. So whether or not that Bean wants to go on ahead and do exactly what he did last year during the draft and draft the exact same position in the first 2 rounds for cornerback, by all means do it. We need to go on ahead and beef that team up, because while I'm always skeptical of trying to say there's no way that we're going to sign another free agent due to cap space, because Bean continuously surprises me. Like, I mean, like, this guy legitimately pulled hundreds of millions of dollars out of his ass when I thought that we were going to have a slow offseason for free agency. So who knows? But that just so happens to be something that we need to address at the end of the day. And so how big is it for Groot to have him learning behind Von Miller? It's huge, dude. It is absolutely huge. I am so excited to see our defensive line. I am so excited to see our defensive line and how it goes. Dude, my guy has been donating the hell to my channel today, dude. Thank you so much. And so I called the Keenum pickup. He led the Vikes to the title game. He really did, man. I mean, that Minnesota Miracle was orchestrated by Case Keenum. So, but like I said, I'm not going to try and say, or I'm not going to try and put anything negative in the universe that Josh Allen would even have to come down. I'm hoping that we only see Case Keenum in the preseason and when we're like blowing teams out by like 28 points into the 4th. That's going to be the only thing that we should have. You guys should have a roundtable. We are planning on doing an AFC East roundtable after the draft. And then we'll be full force ready back to go during training camp. So we certainly have a lot to discuss. A lot of people have been asking about the roundtable, but here we are. Here we are. My friends, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to yet another edition of Don Mafia Live. It's been so fun being back. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be live again. I am doing a general Q&A. And so a general Q&A and an ask and answer. And like, we'll go on ahead and like, we'll pop in. And then for all of my Patreon contributors, I'm going to go on ahead and I am going to actually put the StreamYard link in my Patreon feed. So if you are a paid Patreon member, then you will have it. And you will have an opportunity of being on the show with your boy. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Love y'all. And before I let you go, you better always remember, let's go Buffalo.